My favourite wrestler of all time would have to be, I say, CM Punk. He's still in. So my past favourite wrestler of all time would have to be either Mr. Perfect, Kurt Hennig, or Jake the Snake Roberts. Those are two of my favourite ever past WWF wrestler. My current favourite wrestler, again I would say CM Punk, but he's leaving, so other than that, my current favourite wrestler would have to be Dashing Cody Rhodes. I love Cody Rhodes, absolutely adore the man, so yes, current favourite wrestler would be Cody Rhodes. My favourite diva of all time, most people will probably expect me to say Trish Stratus or Lita or Chyna or one of those ones, but my actual favourite diva of all time is actually Mickie James. Mickie James has been such an inspiration to me, and she's taught me always to chase my dreams and that you don't have to look the part. She was definitely my favourite diva of all time. She's inspired me a lot. She's pushed me to chase my dreams. So definitely Mickie James would be my favourite diva of all time. My current favourite diva, there's quite a new crop of divas in the WWE nowadays, but my favourite after Mickie James and Maria were released, because those were my two favourite, now would have to be the Glamazon, Beth Phoenix, or Natalia from the Heart Foundation. Those two definitely, I think, show the meaning of a diva: smart, strong, sexy and powerful. The guys drew me to the wrestling. Those guys and their bodies and their six packs and their oiled up tan selves with wee shorts on definitely was one of the first things that caught my interest within the wrestling business. But now that I look back at how many years I've watched wrestling, it's only been about 3-4 years now. The guys were definitely my specific draw to the wrestling, but now it would be more the athletic ability, all the moves, learning all the different moves, seeing all the different moves performed. The storylines definitely pulled me in as well, because they're like a soap opera some of the time, so definitely storyline wise, that was another thing that pulled me in. The actual ring gear pulled me in. It must have been just seeing all the different colours, seeing all the different shapes and sizes and different styles that each person had, especially the diva ring gear. I loved watching it and seeing what it was all like. But now, definitely the performances and the athletic ability would draw me in if I was watching it now, and how they base each other and how they work out the moves to each other, how they choreograph. That would probably be one of my main draws now. But back then there's definitely the guys. Still is, you know. Last one. My wrestling obsession, joking into wrestling, a lot of them did reply with this: oh, it's fake, it's stupid, it's not real, why would you watch it, Joe, it's like a soap opera. And my response, was always, you know, it's not fake. Joe, these wrestlers do go out, they might not fight like real, like in UFC or MMA or anything, but if you want to see real fights, go watch them. Joe, how do you know it's fake? Joe, if you haven't watched WWE, you must have had to watch WWE or TNA at some point to come up with the conclusion that, Joe, this programming is fake. Joe, so you can't come and say to me, Joe, I haven't watched it, but it's fake. Joe, you've had to see it to know it's fake. So, but I usually respond with, it's not fake. Yes, at points they're not wrestling, but sorry, that was going to get interrupted. But they still do put their lives on the line. You can see that through the injuries there has been over the years, through the deaths there's been over the years. How can a sport be fake when these injuries and deaths come out of that, you know, as I'm going to steal Mr. Anderson from TNA, pro wrestling is real. People are fake, you know, that does say a lot. And I never use the word fake when it comes to WWE or anything. A lot of people do. I don't. I would go for something, I would say, it's not fake, but yes, it is scripted. Yes, the matches are choreographed, but the guys still have to put all that athletic ability in. They still need to be in fit fighting shape to get through those matches, because it does take a lot of energy out of them. So I just usually laugh. I say, you tell me that if you go into the business, you come out and tell me that is fake. And then they shut up. I go into a big rant, but I'm not going to go into a big rant. That's my rant over. Most would probably think that it was after I met CM Punk and Victoria, but at that point I still had no clue what WWE was. I knew it was a wrestling company, but I had no clue who anyone was. I had no clue about the matches. I had no clue whereabouts in WWE that point was. So I wouldn't say that was when I became a serious wrestling fan. I definitely think the moment I became a serious wrestling fan was the very first WWE tour show that I went to over here in Northern Ireland. That was 2007, I believe. I met them April, so it must have been the November show in 2007. I'd definitely say that was the point where it just clicked, and I would think, yeah, I could actually enjoy this. I could actually get really into this. I think it was the moment I'd sort of been reading up till then about wrestling after I met CM Punk and Victoria, and sort of found out whereabouts everything was and what had happened, and I had some friends that sort of knew about it, so I asked them, and I think it was the point in the show where Batista and Ray got together at the end of the show and did a tribute to Eddie Guerrero. I think it just hit me at that point. I'm a wrestling fan, I'm going to get more into this. I'm going to build up my collection. I'm going to build up my facts and figures, and I'm going to watch this, and I'm going to get really into this. And I've never looked back. That was the point in that wrestling show where I fell in love with wrestling. I actually didn't really know much about it. I knew my brother was into this sports thing that had guys and girls pitted against each other and they wrestled, but other than that I didn't actually know much about it. I wasn't one of those ones who was like, oh, you know, it's fake, it's stupid, they're not even hitting each other. My parents were more like that towards him, but they never told him. But I didn't actually see it much when he was watching it. I guess I wasn't really bothered. I didn't really know. The word wrestling when it hit me was just like either thumb wrestling or like just pin someone in the headlock or something. That was wrestling. I thought wrestling was more like fighting. I was very naive when I was younger, so that's probably why. But no, I didn't really have much of an opinion on wrestling before that, if that's hard to believe, you know. I didn't see it that much. I only sort of saw it once my brothers start watching it more and more and more, and once he started collecting the figures, which he has boxes of that are loose. Other than that, I was just like, yeah, just let him watch. Everyone has their own opinion stuff, and everyone does their own thing, so I wasn't really that bothered. And I'd love to go to would be any WrestleMania. Any WrestleMania. I just want to go to WrestleMania. I'm actually trying to save up to go to WrestleMania in Miami this coming April, so hopefully I'll be able to save up enough money to go to it and to the access and stuff and meet all the wrestlers, that would be a dream come true, just go to WrestleMania. So hopefully that dream will come true next April. The wrestler I'd love to meet, a past WWF wrestler, would definitely have to be Mr. Perfect again. I would have loved to met him when he is still alive. Same with Eddie Guerrero. I think he would have been a lot of fun to meet. At the moment, the wrestler, present wrestler I'd love to meet still again, Cody Rhodes. CM Punk, but I don't really know whether that counts because I've already met CM Punk, but I'd love to meet him again and just sit down and have a nice talk with him. I think that'd be lovely. But definitely Mr. Perfect, Eddie Guerrero, Cody Rhodes and CM Punk, those would be my 4 that I really, really want to meet. Item I'd love to have, this may come as, well, a little bit of a surprise but not much. Most people probably be all roster all this. I would actually love, this is my dream come true, to have a women's championship belt signed by all the women's champions in WWE history. I think I would just love that piece. I'd have it framed, I'd have a big shrine coming around it. I think that would be a lovely piece just to have that, and maybe even the Divas title signed by all the current Divas, WWE Divas champions. I think that'd be amazing. But my biggest wrestling dream would have to be, well, it was to be a diva in the WWE business. I bruised very easily, so I'd probably break all my bones before I even got in a wrestling ring. So definitely at the moment my biggest wrestling dream would to be some part be in a job aspect in some part of the WWE, whether that's creative writing or a personal assistant to one of the superstars, even photographer ringside, or something to do with the business management, backstage, backstage worker, someone at the offices in Stamford, something like that. That would be my biggest wrestling dream. This is a really, really tough question. Melina versus Alicia Fox. Okay, no, definitely not. Sorry Ariane from Tough Enough, but that is too good to let that go by. Favourite match and why? This is such a tough question because I'm still watching all the wrestling, I still haven't got that much experience. I'm still getting through all the matches, so I'm going to do my past and my present one. I hope that's okay. My past, my WWF favourite match would have to be WrestleMania match, Macho Man Randy Savage versus the Ultimate Warrior retirement match. That's the match where Elizabeth and Randy Savage got back together. That match made me cry actually at the end. Definitely I think that would be my favourite match then. Even though I don't really like Ultimate Warrior because he was always so cliche, you know, you knew what he's going to do next. There's always such a lot of hype about him when he's... But I thought that was a very well paced match. I thought the interference from Sherry was brilliant. I think it was just an all round good match and I really enjoyed it. And it's one of the ones I remember a lot. Usually I'd have to go back and search for matches to sort of try and jog up my memory again, but that is one of the matches that stood out for me while I was watching all the past WrestleManias a couple of years ago, so definitely that one. And my favourite match, well, it's sort of present, it's never WrestleMania one, but it's definitely one that I loved and definitely one I would say was one of my favourites, and it was WrestleMania 21 or 22, and it was Rey Mysterio versus Randy Orton versus Kurt Angle for the World Heavyweight Championship, which we all knew Rey won. I don't know whether the Eddie Guerrero sort of tragedy influenced me to pick that match as my favourite match, but definitely I thought it was an amazing match. I watched it over and over again. It's one of the matches I could say that I was glued to the television for. I'm gonna have to go for the first wrestling pay-per-view I ever watched, and that would be Royal Rumble 2008. I could watch that for days. I could sit and watch that. I thought that was so entertaining. I thought the matches were brilliant on it. Even though that was the year Cena won, I still love it, and definitely that would be my last ever one that I'd watch. Mainly because I'd like to see Omega's beads fall out of his hair once again, but definitely Royal Rumble 2008, because that's what started me off wrestling, and I'd like that to be what finished me off watching wrestling. Very sentimental there. Last one. Oh my word, yes. It makes me so sad thinking about it. I actually want to cry, because I don't actually know what I'm going to do. I sort of panicked about this the other night. I know it's quite silly to panic about something as silly as where wrestling figures are going to go, but I don't know. It's getting so full already, and I've already started having to sort of take other stuff out and get more cupboards, but after that I am screwed. I'm totally screwed. I actually said to Mum, do I see a lot of wrestling figure people on YouTube and they have them up on the walls? But we can't do that. So, and I'm not gonna ask Mum to get another flipping section built onto the house just for my wrestling figures, so hopefully by that time I might have been moved out and I'll have my own wrestling room. Well, I'm one of those people who hope that WWE will have the respect for Undertaker to leave him with his streak at his last WrestleMania, which a lot of people are saying is going to be this April, because of his injuries and because of his age and because of how long he's been with WWE. A lot of people think that this WrestleMania is going to be his last and that he'll retire. So I really do hope. I think the fans would love to see Undertaker retire with his streak. I think Undertaker has earned his streak. I think he should be left with his streak. I'd be very, very annoyed with WWE if they took the streak away from Undertaker. I think that's I think that's quite disrespectful actually to the Undertaker. But as we all know, Undertaker's very nice. So Undertaker might say, look, Joe, I want this person or this person to retire my streak. I want them to beat me at WrestleMania and then I'm going to leave. Who do you think will end it? I really, really hope that it's not John Cena. I would hate it if John Cena broke the Undertaker streak. I would absolutely, that would have me boycotting WWE. I could not handle Cena, as much as everyone loves Cena, I could not handle him breaking Undertaker's streak. Same would probably be with one of the newbies. If Alex Riley broke the streak, I'd be a bit annoyed, even though I love Alex Riley. Having him or one of the old Nexus break the streak, I think that's a bit silly, you know. I wouldn't have it like that. I wouldn't have him breaking the streak. If I had to choose who I'd be happy enough for Undertaker to let break the streak, for them to break Undertaker's streak, Kane would be one of them, because of the whole Kane Undertaker thing. I wouldn't mind seeing Kane break Undertaker's streak. I think it'd be a bit weird. I still think Undertaker's streak should not be broken, but if I had to pick, Kane would maybe be one of the ones I'd pick. Randy Orton is always a give in to break someone's streak, as we know how Randy Orton, definitely maybe a Randy Orton moment, breaking Undertaker's streak. I couldn't see them bringing in one of the WWE legends or Hall of Famers to break the streak. I think that's pretty silly as well. I wouldn't have that. Chris Jericho could actually break the streak. If he comes back, I'd like to see him. I would have liked to see another CM Punk Undertaker moment, but alas, he's gone, well, going. So thank you very much, guys, for all those wonderful questions. Thanks to Mr. Big Red 1990, Razorwirereviews, and Tom EFC96 for you three for sending in those wonderful questions. I had a great time answering them. I had a great time making this video actually. The window cleaners are about the window behind you, so they're a bit freaked out, and my phone keeps buzzing and this chair keeps squeaking and I keep getting interrupted, but I had a brilliant time. So thank you to those three who give me questions. If anyone else has questions, sure, just post them and I'll answer them, and maybe make another question answer video when I get 20,000 page views or something like that. So definitely, thanks guys. It's so fun to make. Thank you for watching. It's the first time I've done something like this, so I really appreciate any feedback or any reviews or stuff like that. So thanks guys.